you've ever seen the film The Dark Knight Rises, you'll probably remember the scene where the villain of the piece holds up the entire Gotham City Stock Exchange. And you could be forgiven if you thought that reminded you of something that happened Midwest All-Star Wrestling. You see, similarly, the recent Supercard that they had featured the All-Star Rumble as its main event. That is a match that had 4 men on one team, 4 men on the other team, and all 4 men on one of the teams had to be eliminated before the other team could claim victory. Oh, and did we ever turn into the Gotham City Stock Exchange? Every one of us proclaiming, sell, 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 sell. Every one of us guaranteeing that our team would win and that we personally would be one of the people who outlived the others, who would see the daylight at the end of that particular tunnel. But in the end, only one wrestler was correct. One wrestler managed to turn all 7 of the other wrestlers, even his own teammates, into liars. I was interested in this result, so I went to the Midwest All-Star Wrestling Facebook page, which I encourage you to do as well. And what was the first thing I saw? Why, it was the handsome mug of young schoolboy holding up a plaque delineating his victory as the winner of the Warriors Battle Royal. That was the second match on that same card, not the main event. So, employing the skill of a Chinese jeweler and the patience of a Philadelphia lawyer, I proceeded to scroll, 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 until I came to paragraph 26Z, and there I found the results of the All-Star Rumble, which seemed odd to me that the main event would be buried in such a place underneath all that verbiage, until I considered it for about 1.8 seconds. And then it made perfect sense to me. You see, the commissioner of Midwest All-Star Wrestling is Brian Sager. And the winner of the All-Star Rumble is Tommy the SpiderBaby Tommy the SpiderBaby Saturday. That would be I. Wow! The world's wickedest wrestler. Yours untruly. I won that thing. And Brian Sager and I have a history that one might describe as complicated. Complicated. See, not that long ago, Brian Sager was himself a wrestler. And when he started out, I'd like to think that I was something of a mentor to him, a friend perhaps, certainly an ally, an occasional tag team partner, and in the last years of his career, his bitterest enemy. See, Brian Sager did something rather foolish. He got between me and a title that I really wanted. And so after exhausting every more civilized avenue, I found myself having to resort to, well, throwing a fireball at his face. I'm sure you remember that, Brian. In fact, I'll bet you think about it every time you shave that rather unsportsmanlike goatee of yours, with that rather tragic facial hair. I don't know if you noticed it at the time, because you were kind of busy experiencing the pain that I had inflicted on you. In fact, it must have felt like your whole body had been hollowed out by the flames that I threw upon your person, and the pain was just sort of ricocheting inside your skin. I remember it so well. You hiding your burned face in your hands, whimpering like a baby, not a spider baby, just a baby, wiggling like a worm on a hook. So you probably didn't notice the fact that that really stank. Oh man, singed hair, burnt flesh, ugh. Not a pretty sensory perception for your old pal SpiderBaby. But I had a job to do. So I grabbed you by that weight belt that you had it on at the time, and I lifted up and I held those wiggly shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. And that title went to where it should have been all along. It went to me. And now I realize, Brian, that we're falling into another situation just like that. Because I was quite surprised when Midwest All-Star Wrestling contacted me and said they wanted me on the roster, and I said, aren't you the promotion that has Brian Sager as a commissioner? And they said, yeah, we still want you anyway. And I thought, well, there's a guy you can half respect. I mean, when he came to the point where he realized he couldn't really hang with his SpiderBaby, he hung up those boots and he walked away. He left the field. And now here he is pushing papers, paper clipping forms together, doing whatever it is a commissioner does. And now he wants me to be on his roster because he knows I'm going to put butts in seats. There's a mature professional, I thought. Oh, wow. It seems pretty naive now. I realized, Brian, that you were setting a trap for me, and I fell right into it. A spider caught in a web, if you like. That's very clever of you. You see, I realized that the revenge you could not get as a wrestler, you're now trying to get as a paper pusher. It's manifested rather obviously in that presentation I mentioned. You're not going to put me on the headline of your articles. Nope, you're going to bury me there, and you're going to try to bury me in the card. Well, the bad news for you is that thanks to that victory at the All-Star Rumble, I am rocketed right into the second round of the tournament for All-Star Wars, where ultimately, another title is at risk. It's up for grabs, as it were. You know how I like my titles. So this is what I see, Brian. This is what I believe you're trying to do. You're going to use your stroke behind the scenes to make sure the second round is filled with someone nightmarish, some horrible monster that I couldn't possibly defeat. Anyone who sees me wrestle knows that I will pay any price to win a match, particularly when a championship is up for grabs. But you know, Brian, in a way that very few others do, that I will make anyone else pay an even greater price if I have to. It won't matter to me. Do you think for a second that if you put Schoolboy between me and that title, I would hesitate to disfigure him for life? That I would put A.C. Riley on crutches for life? That I would turn the cowboy, James Hunter, into the cowgirl, Janie Huntress? For a title? They were my teammates, and I would do that to them. They know it, and you know it. So, Brian, I'm just appealing to your better nature. I see your influence. Maybe I've become the Alex Jones of professional wrestling. Oh, you don't have to listen to me, folks. You don't have to listen to me. It's right there in the Library of Congress, number 1234. But I don't think so. I think what you're planning on doing is putting all sorts of obstacles between me and that title, and I am telling you, don't do it. Don't do it because you don't want on your conscience what will happen next. Brian, I will do whatever I have to do. I will pay the price, and they will pay the price. And these aren't just rooks on a chessboard. They're not just pawns to be played with. These are people, and you're going to put them in a position where their careers might be over. Do you really want that on your conscience? Do you really want to think about that next time you shave around that unfortunate facial hair of yours? I don't think you do, Brian. I don't think you do. I think the man that I know, the kid that I know, has a little more character than that. But you do what you want to do, Brian. It won't make any difference to me. I'm up for either way. Easy or hard, mean or nice, it won't matter to me. but it will matter to them. And ultimately, I think it's going to matter to you. Brian, listen to me very carefully. I am going to be the Midwest All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. I will be the champion of Midwest All-Star Wrestling. But whether or not I'm also its bane, that's entirely up to you.